Does anyone have a thought or a memory they would like to share or an experience with Theresa? Terry, come on.
I love my mom. A lot of people saw me not getting along with mom. But you don't fight with someone unless you truly love them. She was so bold and opinionated and outspoken. And that's why people loved her. She was true. She was 100% genuine. And I just think it's great that everyone made an effort to be here and has shown up in her life, especially the last 3 months. It was really actually a beautiful time. And I feel as if she left knowing she was loved. And that's what's important, I think, that you are pure and who you are, and that you're loved. So, as much as I'm gonna miss her, she made her mark, and
She was loved and loved others. I can see that. I can see that by the expressions on your face and the little conversations that I've had with some of you. Someone else with a memory or a thought.
I didn't really plan out anything to say, but I felt compelled to say something because she was just such a wonderful woman. I mean, she had so many friends and people, and like you can see it, like everyone in this room like has so much like love for her. You know, she always find a way to make people laugh, and I really loved her, and she was a really fun person to be around, and I feel blessed to have her as my grandmother, and I'll always cherish the times we had and miss her, and I'll always remember a lot of the amazing memories we had, just being silly. Like we would be in grocery stores and we would put like ice down my mom's back and like run away in her little scooter. It was never a dull moment with her, and I know she lit up many people's lives, and she will be missed.
Someone else?
Hello, my name is Vicki. I met Theresa up in New Hampshire. My husband moved up there for a job. Her husband moved up there for a job. Turned out they worked at the same place. And when, of course, I'm up there in New Hampshire with 3 little kids, not knowing a single person. I went to the grocery store, and that's where I met Theresa. She was into couponing. I was too. She actually had her own magazine that she distributed throughout the United States. It was called Refundingly Yours. And So then we were there a year or two, we got together a lot, had whole groups of, started groups of people to get together and do couponing. But then Donald got sick and she went to be with him. After that, I didn't know what happened to her. Along with myself and my husband, he took a transfer to another job in New Jersey, and then we went to Delaware, and then we went back to Pennsylvania, which is where I'm from. So 25 years goes by, Theresa and I hadn't talked at all. This was probably the early, like 2010. I look her up on, see if I could find her on Facebook. So I found her and I sent her a message. Well, probably within an hour, she's right back. Yes, this is me. So we got together a couple days later and we've been getting together ever since. So that was the first time in New Hampshire. Second time was probably about 2012. And we've been, last 13 years, doing a lot of things together. Then we've been going to the casino, thrift shop, she's a big thrift shop person, and just hanging out in her apartment. So that was second time, so I'm hoping, I'm planning that I'm gonna see her that third time at the Golden Arches. And that she's gonna be one of the people that are there when I get there, so. And that was my story of her, so.
Lasted quite a few years, the friendship,
Yeah, it sure did.
and quite a distance.
Yes, all over the United States.
Someone else.
Hi, my name is June. I was Theresa's caregiver for quite some time. Me and Theresa, we always bumped heads. Oh my God, did we always bump heads? We always argued, we always fought, but she always called me. We went to the casinos, we went thrift shopping, we gone garage selling. Oh, this lady, every time I would walk into the house, it was always, let's go, let's go, let's go. She hated being in the house, especially in the summer. She had her good days. She had her bad days. Unfortunately, the bad took over the good days. And Theresa, I've seen Theresa struggle from just everything. She couldn't walk, she couldn't talk, she needed the oxygen. It was just, she even loves my husband. Memorial Day weekend, with Tara, they came over my house and she was obsessed with my husband. So, and my husband's friends, and she was trying to hit on them, and then she was like the sweetest, yes, Theresa would grab them by the arm and be like, come on, let's go, you're cute, yes. Her laughter is just a contagious laugh, and that will be one song I will truly miss, and I will miss her calling me. Last time I spoke to her was for Halloween. She called me. She told me to please come over. I dropped everything and anything that I was doing, and I went straight to the house with my kids. And that was the last time I seen her. I'm truly going to miss her. She made a huge impact in my life, and I will never forget her. I love her dearly as she was my mom, and I love you guys dearly. We went through, you, especially you. We went through a lot with Theresa. We went through a lot. But I'm only a phone call away. Just because she's not here doesn't mean that I'm not gonna be here for you guys either. You, Skyler, I've seen you grow up. I know how attached you are to Theresa. If you need somebody to talk to, you can always come to my house. You're welcome. Leilani talks about you all the time. She still remembers you. But I love Theresa. I'm gonna miss her. And thank you. Can't forget the casinos either.
One of the things about caregiving is you get attached to people.
You do.
there's a gift in that because we get to meet a lot of neat people. There's a sadness in it too.
It is.
In talking to hearing from our staff, there's a lot of them that have really been moved by Theresa as well and found that connection. She's been a gift to many people. Someone else has something to share.
So, I am Theresa's neighbor, I'm Tara's neighbor. I started out as Tara's friend, Stacy. Started out as Tara's friend, met Theresa. Theresa and I had very different opinions on certain worldly things, and we're going to leave it at that. So we also butted heads a little bit from time to time. But when she first got sick, I paid her a visit, and then I paid her a visit every day until she was no longer here. And at one point, I actually got a phone call from Theresa, and she said, "Hey, I need your help, I'm missing my neighbor." So of course I had to run over there. And that's who Theresa was. And the only thing I will say about Theresa in the end, as much as we had difference of opinions, she made you fall in love with her. She made you want to care for her, want her to be happy, want her to be pain-free. And, you know, it was a hard road for her at the end, but she was a trooper and she was a true warrior. So, you know, we can all take a lesson from Theresa.
Someone else. Seeing beyond the moment. We come to need to see beyond the moment when death begins to make itself known. We need to see beyond the moment of something better to come. Something after this earthly life is finished. In my mind, I remember Jesus' words to his disciples in the upper room before he was crucified. I think he shared those words to not only comfort his disciples, but through them and through, as we share our faith with one another, to share that with us as well. He said the strange word, "Do not let your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid." In my Father's house, there are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you. And I am going to prepare a place for you, and I will come again and take you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also. Lifting up a hope that there's something beyond this earthly life, with hope and the promise that it is good. I think death is an enemy for us throughout most of our lives. But there comes a time when it becomes a friend. Paul wrote a lot of the letters in the New Testament, and in one of the letters he said, "The last enemy to be defeated is death." Important for us to hear that. Death sometimes becomes a friend. Especially as what I'm hearing and understanding as the last few days of her life unfolded. There was a lot of struggle there. And I think out of the love that I've sensed in this room, we want to hold on as long as we can, but we don't want to see her this way. And so sometimes what we do is we offer a prayer that's hard to offer, or a wish that's hard to offer, that she dies soon. This has to end for her, but also really for us, because we're suffering too, along with her, because that's what love does. And I believe that's a loving wish. That's a loving prayer.